And then this dwarf would have hopefully knocked down Davy and the Drinker. What's this guy's guard? No. And so he would have gotten a free assist here, but instead what you see is just a one die block, which turns out to be not the result he wants. I'm just absolutely mesmerized by these dwarves down here. Like, I'm trying to keep the camera up here, but really these dwarves are just like, they're having so much fun, and if you look though, they're huge. Like, these dwarves are like twice as big as these dwarves. Like, why don't they use them? Look how fat they are. That'd be awesome. You'd have like super dwarves, they'd be all strength 4 and stuff. Okay, so I make some non-critical movements to stand some people up, but really this is my first action. You gotta, yeah, get rid of the dwarf, yay. And then you show your superior speed by running down the field. This is the only dwarf that could catch me, and he doesn't do a very good job of getting the dwarf, getting this dwarf to this player. There I am pushing more dwarves into the out of bounds. Maybe that's why they're not getting beaten up, because the super dwarves are keeping the crowd at bay. Sorry, I'm getting silly here. I'm not, like I said, I just did this and my heart's not with it. Let me pay more attention here. I make a one die block there is a bad block. I mean, oh, I guess I had the reroll, so it wasn't completely terrible. Alright, dwarf player. What he should do is, I think, let me think, what does he do here? Alright, he's got this dwarf here. He could stick him right here. Right, is this a guard? No. Alright, so he'd have to make a go for it, but really, if he sticks a dwarf right here... Okay, so he makes the one die block and it's a successful push. And then he knocks over my, my ogre, I think. Yeah. He shouldn't have done... Oh, man, he could have had... this could have been great. Alright, so imagine, right, if he had used this dwarf instead of his guard. And then he could have walked his guard to be in this position, right? Position. Wow, words are tough. Position right here. And then this dwarf... Alright, so this dwarf is in the wrong position. He should be right here. But imagine if he had hit Mile High, knocked him over. Then that would have chain pushed this guy. They got to push anyways. Still would have pushed this guy one space closer, and it would have gotten him out of this tackle zone. And so he comes over here, makes a one die block instead, gets punched in the face. I don't know why he did that. And I'm able to move my character completely out of range. I don't know why I don't move my ball carrier before I move this guy, or make these hits. It's just stupid. Always get your ball carrier out of range first, and then worry about these little guys. Yay, alright. And now it just comes down to pushing dwarves into the crowd. Dwarves protected by super dwarves. Like, I'm not kidding either. I mean, these things are just huge. I mean, the human cheerleaders seem like they're proportional. They seem a little tall, but they're not, like, monstrous. Alright, irrelevant. Anyway, I'm pushing... Oh, I used a reroll on Bob there. He failed another really stupid roll. Or bonehead roll. And then, but I rerolled it because I figured next turn I'm not going to do anything anyways, and there's a chance to surf a dwarf, and I did, and nothing happened to him. And so now I'm just making free blocks. And now he's going to make his free blocks back because there's no reason not to. Maybe. I'm going to turn off that eyesore of a grid. And then there's another one die block that fails. Now, something I talked about last game, dwarf rerolls are severely underpriced, it seems. They hardly ever seem to have to use rerolls, except that they make one die blocks. But really, I mean, if you look at like how they have to make one die blocks, I mean, it's not any different than than like say an elf that always has to make a 1 in 6 dodge chance. So I don't know how they decide the prices on rerolls, but I don't think that dwarves should have the cheapest rerolls in the game. And in fact, they actually boosted the dwarves rerolls to 50,000 in Living Rulebook 6, which I think is a good change. Alright, we're looking at his defense now. This defense is, I don't know how to put it. We'll just say it's very relaxed for our side. I don't have to worry about, like, I don't have to worry about a blitz or anything of that nature. I mean, I don't have to worry about anything. He's not getting the ball, and when he finally commits to this area, walking up the field will not be a struggle. I mean,